Oh dear. To do that this week so far.
We need blocks, I think.
Yes, so bolster, blanket, and 2 blocks. Okay. Blanket is totally optional.
Yeah, I've broken down and now have a bolster.
Yes. And you have the good little half one too.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that one.
Those ones I find not difficult, but
A little bit big.
yeah, you know, when you do when you lie back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God,
Yeah. A little bit much.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Penny. I'm determined to learn all the pets' names too.
Is Penny a pet?
Penny is a pet, yes.
My wife's a Penny, that's fine.
Oh, is she? Welcome, Jen. No, you can't see me waving at you. That's me waving at you. Hi. Good, how are you? Okay. What's that? Oh, it's online too. You are signed up for it in class. Yeah. Oh, good, good. Hi, Trina. Hi, Jet. Hi, Sue. Excellent. You're just settling in at home tonight. You want to have either your bolster or a pillow, a little bit firmer nearby, 2 blocks, and maybe a blanket, and anything else that you usually like to have. Let's give another minute or 2 before we begin. We're starting in Shavasana tonight. So whether you're at home or in the studio, And either Jen or Carolyn, because I can see you. Can you give me a thumbs up if the volume is okay? Perfect, thank you. Welcome everyone to Speaking Sutras. If we have not had the pleasure of practicing together yet, my name is Jenn, and I will be guiding you through your practice this evening. So go ahead, if you haven't already, bring yourself into your Shavasana position. Bringing yourself down to the mat, back, and letting yourself settle in here. Creating space through the body. Taking the legs hip distance, maybe wider. Maybe letting the toes just fall out to the side. If you have any compression or discomfort through the low back tonight, you might like to try taking a bend through the knee. Letting the knees fall in towards each other or supporting in behind with the bolster. Take the arms wide. As you take the arms wide, notice the shoulder blades create space behind the back. You can have your palms facing down or facing up, whatever feels better for your body this evening. Close the eyes or take a soft gaze up to the ceiling. As you settle in here, take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels better for you. And as you inhale, gently drawing awareness to your body, full of loving kindness and compassion. Or simply noticing anything that we might need to be aware of for our practice tonight. Anything that's feeling a little bit tight or sticky. And as you exhale, allow the spaces of your body to rest and relax just a little bit deeper with every breath. Your jaw relax. Allowing yourself to rest through the chest, neck, and shoulders. Let the hips relax. Let the thighs and the knees soften. And as you feel the body beginning to rest, begin to draw the mind to stillness. Allow the thoughts to soften. Wondering where you are this evening. At any point you find that you're getting lost in your thoughts, and something that keeps trying to come through that won't settle, bring your awareness back to your breath. acknowledging anything that crosses the mind. Giving yourself permission to just be aware. And if this is your first session of Sleeping Sutras, the class this evening is around 40 minutes of restorative poses, passive long holds, coupled with readings from the Yoga Sutras, where you can either follow my voice, ponder on the words, or simply allow yourself to stay in this blissful meditative state. Finishing with the Yoga Nidra guided meditation. And in our session tonight, we're reading from Book 2 of the Yoga Sutras, a portion on practice. 2.28. The practice of the limbs of yoga, the impurities dwindle away, and there dawns the light of wisdom, leading to discriminative discernment. From here, Patanjali first discusses the 8 limbs of yoga. We often hear about our physical practice, our asana, simply being one portion of our practice. In 2.29, Patanjali describes the 8 limbs of yoga as the yamas, abstinence, the niyamas, observance, asana, posture practice, pranayama, breath control, pratyahara, sensory withdrawal, the hayanara, concentration, dhyana, or meditation, and samadhi, or contemplation. More deep breaths here. And begin to bring a little bit of movement through the legs. When you feel ready, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Feet around, hip distance apart. Heels coming in towards the glutes. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. And take the hips over towards the right side of the mat. And then lower them down. Coming into our Bananasana, banana pose. From here, take the legs long towards the left side of your mat. Left leg on the bottom, right ankle crosses over the left. And then extending the arms up overhead towards the upper right corner of your mat. Bringing your body into a side stretch. You might like to take opposite elbows overhead. Maybe the left arm is extended longer, right wrist or right hand catches that left wrist. And if you find that that is a lot of a stretch through that side body, bring the hips back a little bit closer to the center line. want a little bit extra support here, you can take your bolster or block underneath the arms, letting the hands or the wrists rest on them. This pose is generally pretty restorative though. As you settle in here, allow the right chest, the right shoulder to soften. Let the right hip soften. And remind yourself in your restorative practice, we're letting the body be supported either by itself in the pose. We're using our props. Sink into that gentle, supported meditation. Allow yourself a few deep breaths here to sink into this posture. And as you begin your practice, a reminder at any point, if you've had enough of the posture before the time is up, and bring your body back to a resting state. Bring your awareness to your breath. Allow you to slow down the thoughts. Find your way into stillness in this pose. Sutra 2.30, the yama consists of non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-greed. Here we remember that each of the 8 limbs is equal to the others and necessary. We're reminded that ahimsa, not causing pain, even by our words, our thoughts. Truthfulness, satya. Asteya means non-stealing. Reminding ourselves that these are not easy to perfect. Brahmacharya is continence or celibacy, self-restraint. Karyagraha, not being greedy, not accumulating, using things in the proper way within our capacity. These 5 principles bring to us the yamas in the 8-limb path of yoga. Another breath into, slowly begin to release the arms. And crossing the leg, bringing your legs back to a bend. Gently drawing the hips back to center. Realigning yourself as you need. Pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, taking them over to the left side of the mat. Send the right leg long to the corner. Cross the left leg over the right ankle. And then adding in the arms. Maybe this side feels a little bit different. Maybe if you had opposite elbows, you prefer to catch through the wrists this side. Maybe a little bit of support underneath the hands. Adjusting that stretch through the side body as feels good and appropriate to you. Before exhaling deeply, allowing yourself to settle into stillness and silence on this side. In Sutra 2.31, Patanjali discusses that these great vows are universal, not limited by class, place, time, or circumstance. It can never be broken by any excuse, time, purpose, social or caste rule, not by winter, summer, morning, or evening. Another few deep breaths here before you slowly begin to practice the body. Bring yourself back to center, bring the arms back down beside the body. Uncross the leg, take a bend through the knee. Gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Movement slow. Times each side before coming back to stillness in the center. Extend the legs long. And then either bringing a bolster or a blanket over the side, the left side of the torso. From here, hug the right knee in towards the chest. Take the left palm to the outer side of the knee. Right hand comes out to a T. And just gently guide yourself over so that knee is draping over the bolster. If having that arm out to the side feels like a lot, you can bring it up overhead, or you can just bring it down to rest on that right hand. Maybe the left arm comes out to a T. Maybe it also rests on that bolster. Maybe it comes to a block. If you find that you're rocking back, trying to come back down to the back, maybe setting a blanket or a block just in behind the body to give you a little bit of support as you settle into this twist. Let that leg rest on the bolster. Feeling that hip open, being supported. Again, adjusting your body in any way that feels good. Before you exhale into stillness. Sutra 2.32, Patanjali lists our niyamas. consisting of purity, contentment, accepting but not causing pain, the study of spiritual books, and the worship of God or self-surrender. It's important to note that the Yoga Sutras are not a religious text, but rather a guidebook on life. We're often reminded through the yamas and the niyamas of the 10 Commandments in Christian and Jewish faiths, or the 10 virtues of Buddhism. Patanjali, in fact, points that there is no religion without these moral or ethical codes, that all spiritual life is based on these things, the foundational stones which without we can never build anything lasting. Taking your time, slowly begin to press into the left side of the body, bringing yourself back to the back. Taking your time getting there. In your bolster, pushing over to the right side, and get up around the torso. Legs extended long, hugging that left leg into the chest. And taking right palm to the outer knee, left hand comes out to the side, gently draw yourself over to the right. Let that knee drape your bolster. And then adjusting that left arm as feels good. So maybe it stays out to the side, maybe it comes up with your hand, maybe it comes over to the knee or the bolster. And again, if you need any support in behind the back, you can try your roll blanket, you can try a block. Let yourself rest through the shoulder, rest through the legs, settle into stillness. Pratipasca Bhavana is when disturbed by negative thoughts. Opposite or positive ones should be thought of. In this sutra, Patanjali gives us advice on how to control the mind and obstruct those thoughts that we don't want. The best way, he says, is to invite opposite thoughts. If the thought of hatred is in the mind, we can try to bring in the thought of love. And if we can't do that, we can at least go to the people we love and in the presence, forget the hatred. Although the hatred comes to the surface, we can keep it from coming out or staying low by changing the environment. Slowly begin to bring your body back. Taking in whatever motion here feels appropriate for your body. Maybe that's coming back to that windshield wiper. Maybe that's drawing both knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself a hug, either in stillness or rocking gently side to side. Maybe that's staying in stillness entirely, whatever feels good for you here. Find your way back to stillness. Take a bend with the knee. That left arm up overhead, and gently take yourself over to your left side. You can press yourself up to seated. Coming in now for a supported forward fold, legs in a V. So only taking that V as wide as feels comfortable. Move around a little bit, find that sit bones underneath you. Ground the heels down, and we'll build ourselves a little bit of support here. So if you like, if it's comfortable, you can just round through the spine, walk the fingers forward, bring yourself into a fold. We're here for about 6 minutes though, so you'll probably like to be a little bit more supported than that. So taking your blocks, one furthest away from you on the highest height or so, and then the one closer to you a little bit lower. You can adjust your height here, however that feels good for you, whatever feels supportive. And then taking your bolster, lower end coming in towards you. And then bringing yourself into a fold. Rounding the spine, adding as much height here as feels good. If that still feels a little bit low, you can take those blocks out of there. Press the lower edge of your bolster into the mat. And just let the forehead come forward. Take a bend through the knee if there's a lot of pressure through the thighs, the back of the knees here. Finding a version that feels good for you. Really let that spine round. Let yourself feel nice and supported. Take a deep breath in, scan the body, notice if there's any areas that need a little bit more support. And exhale, allowing yourself to settle in deeply. Letting your heart feel heavy. Trying to find stillness in this hold. Lower back release. The hips release. Full silence in this posture. If you find yourself getting lost in your thoughts, come back to the breath, letting the exhale ground you. come to about the halfway point here, checking with your body, notice if any tension is crept in. Any adjustments you might need. Finding yourself to honor where you are. And slowly begin to bring yourself out of this pose. Uncurling the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Letting the neck come up last. So the props off to the side. Bring the legs in together. Just come in for a few seated cat cows. Cow pulls that spine. The chin to the chest, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Roll the shoulders, shoulder blades back and down, lift the chest, take the gaze up. Yourself in. And shoulder blades back, lift the chest. Cross through the legs, and then gently bring yourself forward, coming down to the belly. In supported cobra or sphinx pose. So depending on how the lower back is feeling here, you might be happy to tuck the elbows in towards the body, elbows just a little bit in front of the shoulders. Press the fingers into the mat, lift the chest, take the gaze forward, that might be enough. If you want to bring support in underneath the torso, you can take a bolster around the rib cage. Forearms come over top. Support there. That might feel like a lot. Also do the same with a block. Whatever side feels good. Okay. Be a little bit deeper back then. And then adjust the feet as feel good. The closer the toes are together, tops of the feet gently press to the mat, the more you'll feel that through the lower back. The wider you take the feet, the less compression you'll feel through the lower back. Only here for about a minute and a half. Let yourself relax through the shoulders. Relax through the back. Find that there's a lot of tension there, a lot of stress in that upper body. Walk the elbows a little bit further away. And if Cooper's just not working for you at all today, cross the elbows, cross the arms, take opposite elbows. Let the head rest in the arms. Coming in for a resting crocodile. Ever feels better for you. Two breaths. Another breath or so here. Curl the toes, press into the arms. Bring yourself back up to tabletop position. From table, just take a few cat-cows here, maybe a few hip circles. Whatever feels good and appropriate here to stretch out the body. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Maybe looking over shoulders to the hips. We're coming back to stillness at your table, bringing yourself back down to seated. And from seated, transitioning down to the back. I'm notorious for that. From the back, so you can bend through the knee. Arms come out wide. Let your knees fall out to the side, soles of the feet come together. And get to our final posture before yoga nidra. To recline butterfly. Maybe you take your blocks under the knees here. Yourself a little bit of support in this external rotation of the hips. Arms come out wide. Maybe you prefer the arms to be up overhead if you want a little bit of a stretch through the body. Maybe you like to have one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Whatever feels good here. Back into that quiet resting space. Holding on it. Tension through the shoulders, through the chest. Exhale, let it release. Letting go of anything we're holding on to through the hips, release. Your whole entire body moving into a deeper state of rest with every exhale. next inhale, slowly begin to bring the knees back together. Set the blocks aside. And take any final movement here that feels good before we start to make our way into our Shavasana for Yoga Nidra. Maybe windshield wipering through those knees again. Maybe some hip circles. Draw the knees into the chest. When you begin to feel ready, extending the legs back out long, taking them back a distance or wider. Maybe bringing that bend back through the knees. Letting the knees fall in towards each other, supported by a bolster. The arms go wide, giving yourself permission to take up space. Close the eyes or pick a spot above to softly gaze at. And over the next few breaths, bringing your full awareness to your physical body, on the space, on the floor in which you are practicing. Noticing any tension, anything that the body is holding on to. And see if you can allow yourself to rest. Maybe 1 or 2% deeper. Releasing tension through the forehead, through the eyes, letting go through the jaw, the neck, relaxing through the chest and the shoulders, squeezing the hands into fists and letting them go. Feel the relaxation all the way into the fingertips. Letting yourself soften through the torso, through the hips. Letting the thighs roll outward. Let the knees and the calves relax. Scrunching through the toes and the feet, feeling the foot relax. Allowing your whole entire body to rest. Just a little bit deeper. Taking your awareness to your body, on the floor in your space. Through closed eyes, imagining the walls, the ceiling, and the floors look like. Drawing in any sounds in the room around you. Allowing them to simply exist. They're not a bother at all. Welcoming in any aromas, temperature of the room, and saying to yourself, I am awake and I am practicing Yoga Nidra. As we move through our practice, simply follow along with my voice. You may find yourself in a state between sleep and wakefulness. If you drift off into slumber, that's okay too. Try not to overthink any of the instructions. Simply follow along. As we move into our first portion, our rotation of consciousness, or a body scan. I'll list off various spaces on the body, sometimes fast between, sometimes slow. Taking your awareness there, trying to resist the urge to shift and to move. Take your awareness to your right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Take your awareness to the space between the first and second finger, space between the second and third finger, space between the third and the fourth finger, the space between the fourth and the fifth finger. Take your awareness to the palm of the right hand, top of the hand, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right chest, heart center. Take your awareness to your left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Take the awareness to the space between the first and the second finger, to the space between the second and the third finger. Take the awareness to the space between the third and the fourth finger, to the space between the fourth and the fifth finger. Take the awareness to the left palm, top of the hand, lower arm, left elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left chest, heart center. Take your awareness down the rib cage, the space in between the ribs, the upper abdomen, the belly button, the lower abdomen. Take the awareness to the pelvic bowl. Take the awareness to the right hip, the upper right leg, front of the knee, back of the knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Take the awareness to the sole of the right foot, the ankle, the back of the knee, the right glute, to the left hip. Take the awareness down to the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Sole of the left foot, ankle, back of the knee, left glute. Take the awareness to the base of the spine. Take the awareness up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. The lower back, middle back, upper back. The right shoulder blades, the left shoulder blades, the right ear, left ear, top of the head, forehead, right eye, the space in behind the right eye, the space between the eyes. Take the awareness to the left eye, space in behind the left eye, the right cheek, right nostril, bridge of the nose, left nostril, left cheek, upper lip, tongue. Take the awareness to the teeth, the lower lip, the chin, the throat. Take the awareness to your heart center. Let go of all awareness of the body. And take the awareness only to the breath as it enters and exits through the nostrils. In this moment, all you are aware of is your breath entering and exiting your nose. And take your awareness to your breath as it moves at your heart center. Feeling the chest rise with your inhale and soften with your exhale. In this moment, The only thing you're aware of is your chest rising with the inhale and softening with the exhale. Now take your awareness to the belly. And for the next few moments, allowing your awareness to rest on your belly as it rises with an inhale and softens with an exhale. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly soften. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly softens. Let go of awareness of the breath. Begin to imagine your whole entire body is freezing cold. Your toes are cold. The soles of your feet are cold. Legs are cold. Feel the cold through the hips, into the torso, the arms, all the way into the fingertips are cold. Feel the cold through your shoulders, through your chest, into your throat. Feel the cold through the face. Your teeth are cold. Your cheeks are cold. Your nose is cold. Your ears are cold. Feel the cold through the entire right leg. Feel the cold through the entire left leg. Feel the cold through the entire right side of your body. Feel cold through the entire left side of your body. Feeling the cold through your whole entire body. Your whole entire body is cold. Now let go of the cold. Begin to replace it with a feeling of warmth. Your toes are warm. The soles of your feet are warm, like you're walking through warm sand. Your legs become warm. Torso. Your shoulders are warm. Your arms are warm. Right down into the fingertips. Your face becomes warm, like the sun gently touching it. Your ears become warm. You can feel this warmth taking over your whole entire body, from the skin all the way inwards to the blood. Your whole entire body, inside and out, is warm. Now let it go. Letting go of awareness of the body. Just allowing yourself to be for the next few breaths. Begin to imagine your whole entire body is heavy. The back of your legs are heavy. Feet are heavy. The hips are heavy as they ground down into the earth beneath you. Your torso, your shoulders, your chest, your arms are all heavy. The back of your head is heavy. Your face is heavy. Your whole entire body feels so heavy that it begins to sink down into the earth below you. Your whole entire body is heavy. Now begin to feel light. toes become light. Your legs are light. Your torso is light. Your arms are light. Your head is light. Your whole entire body becomes light as it begins to lift you back from the earth that you sunk into. Your whole entire body feels light. And let it go. Take your awareness back to your body, laying on its face, on your mat, practicing yoga nidra. Take your awareness right in towards your body, noticing the sounds that your body is making. The sounds as you breathe in and out of your nostrils. Notice the temperature of your skin. Notice how your clothing touches your body. Begin to take that awareness outwards now. Noticing the temperature of the room where you're practicing. Bringing back any sounds in that space, any aroma. Bring back the visualization of what the floor, what the walls, what the ceiling looks like. And then taking your awareness further outwards to the space outside of the room that you're practicing yoga nidra in. Maybe to the outdoors, maybe to another room in your home. Bringing in the sounds that you can hear in the distance. Imagining what that space might look like. Imagining the temperature of the cool night air, of the sky at dusk. And from that outward location, take your awareness back to your body, on your mat. Say to yourself, the practice of yoga nidra is now complete. And allow your awareness to come back to your mat, to your space. And as you become ready, bringing back gentle movements to the body, beginning slowly by wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling through the wrists and the ankles. When you're ready, gently moving the body in larger circles or drawing the knees into the chest, coming back into those windshield wipers. Bringing yourself back to as much of a state of wakefulness. This feels good for you here. And when you're ready, bringing yourself over to your favorite side. Stopping there just for a breath or so. Before pressing yourself back up to seated. From that seated position, eyes softly closed if it's available, or pick a spot in front of you to gaze at. Letting the palms rest on the knees, or you can take them into Anjali Mudra. That feels appropriate. We'll close our practice tonight with inhale, exhale to a single Om. You're welcome to join in or just listen to the vibrations. Allowing to continue your practice this evening. For everybody in the Zoomiverse, just wanted to let you know that Next Wednesday is the last in studio Sleep in Sutras. It's moving entirely online, and it will be, we're going to run simultaneously. It will be shoulders and hips in studio starting the first week of May. And that'll be Jenna and Becca. But I will still see you in the Zoom-iverse. So have a beautiful night. Namaste.
All right. Good night.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You as well.
Thank you.